Welcome back, guys, to Trails into Reverie, where last episode, Class 7 came across the source of the roar within the Isengard range, Magic Knight Israzamiel, breaking through its defenses to fell the previous superboss, only to hear even more roars ring out, as we rush to Ymir to protect it to witness Matthias Vander easily handling free on his own. With the town safe, we finally learnt what the test was about, with Prince Olivert and Sherazade having gone missing along with the Courageous 2 on their honeymoon, as Class 7 were tasked with finding them. Then after a hot spring talk with the Thunder God, Rean now continues a nighttime patrol.
I don't know if it was confirmed anywhere or not, if now Prince Olivert is confirmed next in line. Or not. Don't tell me if it is. Well, no. If it was in the game and I forgot. But of course, Prince Cedric's gone. He's out of town. We do have, of course, the Princess too. But still, I've lived a long life, but I've never seen the kind of massive changes we've witnessed over the last few years. These really are turbulent times. Has it finally come to an end, or have we just ended a break in the chaos? I'm none too sure either way. What I am sure of is that it'd be wonderful if this piece continued. I was just caught then because I was thinking, surely like Erebonia would want him the most now. Because he's kind of shaken. Well, he's still the debaucherous prince in a sense, but he's married, he's settled down. So that rehabs image supposedly to some aspects of society. But, you know, and he's just literally saved us, helped us, and been given a front row of like doing it, right? So surely everyone would want him to be. These sorts of earth-shattering shifts in the world never happened when I was younger. I just hope this piece continues. I don't think it's been confirmed in game yet who is the heir. Well, it was confirmed that Cedric was. But of course, not anymore. Cedric was over Olivert in line. Jeez, my son Luke isn't getting any younger. It's about time he started looking to settle down. You're lucky, Rean. You have your pick from not just Elise, but all of your fellow classmates and students. My poor Luke doesn't have a single decent prospect in his life. What am I going to do with him? It's a bit harsh. I'm so popular with the girls, but Luke doesn't have a single decent prospect. How is it that you both grew up together, yet turned out to be complete opposites? Well, you see, the secret is, he knows probably about the S word, and Rean has no clue. So, because he knows the magic's broken, that's probably correct. I'll speak to you in a second, I'll go in the shop. When I heard that roar, I was terrified, but Kiki was even more scared. So when I decided I'd stand up for it, it felt like I had fire in my blood. I think I might finally understand what it means to have the spirit of a swordsman. Rean, thank you so much for everything you've taught me. You're more than welcome. And that resolve of yours might be the first step down the path of swordsmanship. Whether you go stronger from here on out is up to you. I'll keep that in mind. Until now, I always thought I was weak. But when I thought about protecting Kiki, it felt like I had fire in my blood. I think I might finally understand what it means to have the spirit of a swordsman. Look at him go. He's already grown into such a little fighter. As long as he keeps the right attitude, he might just be a formidable warrior one day. And so a bracer was born. Oh, there you are, Tuna. Good to see you. Good to see you, Instructor. I was just inspecting my equipment one more time to prepare for tomorrow's mission. The Imperial government seems to be intent on keeping this crisis completely under wraps. Access to information about it, even within the Intelligence Division's database, is heavily restricted. The direction of the operation itself still hasn't been decided, but it's fair to say we have our work cut out for us. Perhaps, but we'll still fulfill it, just as we always do. Right, we owe it to Prince Olivert to see this through after everything is done for us. Knowing how urgent and top secret this mission is, it likely goes without saying that it's going to be a difficult one. Nevertheless, we'll still fulfill it just as we always do. It looks, by the way, if we're moving on to another day, wouldn't that, do root stuff? I don't know. Do I read the books now, or do I just hold a save file to do it at the end of every session? So we have it in the normal time each week. I don't know. My wife's hobby is stocking rare products without any care as to whether we need them or not. Oddly enough, they typically sell quite well. We've managed to stay out of the red. But to be honest, this sort of thing is bad for my heart. I laugh so I don't cry. I personally much rather conduct business the normal, boring way. But as usual, she won't listen to me. Oddly enough, these typically sell quite well. We managed to stay out of the red for now. Guess you're not going to sell anything new at this point in time. We didn't have a paper. Is that silver-haired girl one of your students? She's adorable. You know, I've been wondering what kind of place Falls is. I'm envisioning a crucible where the flames of passion are enkindled between the beautiful heirs of Erebonia's future. The drama! Before I get carried away, I need to think about our next purchase order. Sales have been good for this most recent batch, so I've been thinking of bringing in stock from an even more distant country. This should be fun. You're gonna kill your husband. With worry. And get beast flesh and shells for what we managed to catch. I only caught 3? I thought I caught 4 fishes. Oh no, I only caught 3 because I wanted to keep 2 bait in case there was another fishing spot. Yeah. That was a thing. No books.
There's Kurt on the lookout platform again.
Yeah, I'm steering clear of him at the moment.
I think I'll see how he's doing before heading home.
Yeah, head home first. You can't stop me. Might be people to speak to. Oh, Instructor Rean. I came to enjoy the foot bath since we'll be heading out tomorrow. It's so relaxing my mind must have wandered off. I've been thinking about all sorts of things. I know the feeling. The foot bath seems to have that effect on people. If anyone would know, it'd be you. I guess this falls under the scope of your hot springs expertise. I'm worried about Prince Oliver and Shara, but that just makes me more pumped to give it my all tomorrow. Same here. I'll be counting on you. We're going all out on the search for Prince Oliver and Shara tomorrow. May as well make sure we're rested so we can give it everything we've got. I'm assuming I have to speak to Kurt first. Is everyone else outside here? We've spoken to Altina, Kurt, Yuna. Where's Muse? They've all got to be outside, I'd have thought. I was feeling really uneasy this afternoon, but was it because I sensed those big monsters coming? No, I can't be jumping to conclusion. I should go and investigate where those monsters are supposed to have appeared. You can't be too sure. I didn't go in the inn, did I? Just don't set off tonight, please. Could you at least wait until morning? I suppose you have a point. It'll be easier to investigate while the sun's up anyway. Seems like she's used to traveling, but I can't help but worry about her. But with Dad and Lord Marius here, she should be okay. I was hoping to set off up the mountain today, but you should always expect the unexpected when traveling. Still feel a little uneasy, so I think it's best to be cautious here. I should rethink my schedule. The fact you want to set off at night is the crazy bitch. Be the coldest. Not bad, big fella. Sounds like Badou is taking a liking to you. I've always been pretty good with dogs. So about that news, it wasn't what I was expecting to hear, but I don't think the prince would get off so easily. You probably don't gotta worry too much. I'm inclined to agree. Let's put it out of our minds for now. I'll be counting on you tomorrow, Ash. When are you not, Schwarzer? Okay. I grant that he is very slippery and he doesn't die that easily, and that's been proven. But I'm just gonna point out one fact. He only has one eye to trade left. Let's not let him lose that too in a dramatic escape. I guess we can keep playing, boy. Still got a little time before the big meeting. Ah, those two look practically inseparable. You can't keep going like, ha! My ninja smoke. My eye! Now I can escape! Decoy eye, go! That's not how it works. He still has 2 arms. God damn, 2 of you had the same wavelength at the same time. Oh, 3 of you did. What's wrong with you? There was a strange cry outside today. It was really scary. But Alf held my hand and tried to protect me. Nothing ended up happening, but I guess I was wrong about him. He was almost cool. Well, just a little. I'd have to tear apart the person that did it as well. Muse's a bit hidden. Where's Muse then? I don't think Muse was down there. What stunning glassware you purchased, my dear. We've got our hands on quite the souvenir, thanks to you, Luna. Why, thought exactly. I never knew you had such a discerning eye for fine wares. Pay the perfect amount and everything too. I'm so impressed. You've really grown up, Luna. I did my best to pick out something nice. But to be honest, it wasn't just me. I never could have done it without Eclair's help. She taught me so many things and they all proved super useful. Lady Luna, I had no idea. I'm
I'm just pleased to have been of service. It was more than worth answering your questions. I've been keeping watch over the young lady all day. Believe you me, it's been nerve-wracking. But hearing her speak such genuine words of gratitude warmed my heart. I look forward to answering more of her questions. I'll do all I can to ensure she grows into a fine young woman. The food is to die for, and my daughter went shopping all on her own. This will be a day I'll never forget. To find Muse, just think like her. Have you check your room? Yeah, definitely. She's not sniffing my covers. Food is to die for. My daughter went shopping all on her own. This will be a day I'll never forget.
She's doing something weird like that. I woke up in my bed, interestingly, with my wife this morning. I was happily asleep, and then my wife just randomly hits a cushion in my face. First thing I woken up with is just... She did by accident, but... woken up beautifully.
I was a bit worried about how things might turn out, but I ended up finding something great. It was no problem for me. I'm going to keep learning and get even better at shopping.
Today was quite the day. By the by, apparently the source of that villainous scream has already been dealt with. I'm blessed to be able to live in peace with my family like this. Wow, that cry sent shivers down my spine. Sounded just like the one from 2 years ago. You don't think the same thing's about to happen all over again, do you? Oh no, Sir Matthias took care of it. We don't need to worry about a thing. If anything, we should be drinking a toast to his health. We seem to be a couple toasts deep already. That magic night has me a little concerned, but I need to focus on the prince right now. So what's going on with you, Rean? Maybe everything's not over, and the common denominator here is... Heard you all were leaving tomorrow. It's gonna get real lonely around here with you gone. We're always cheering you on. Make sure to stop by so we can see how you're doing from time to time. Kiki's been on cloud 9 ever since getting home. I'm willing to bet something happened with Alf. So you lot are heading out tomorrow morning, are you? It's gonna get quiet around here again with you all gone. Not much to be done about that, I suppose. Just make sure to turn in early tonight. A good night's sleep will get you on the road feeling refreshed come sunup. If you want a bite to eat, just say the word. Oh, and make sure to turn in early tonight. You gotta recharge those batteries. I'll just sleep in your bed. Not literally your bed. So I'm assuming I can go in the house then, on the basis of I haven't found Muse. Even though the meeting's there, it won't progress until we've talked to Kurt. But basically me trying to find Muse first was the obvious tell, not just trying the door. Finding, Oh, God. Forgot about you, sorry! Sounds like she's deep in conversation about a mission. There's still time before the meeting is scheduled to start. Maybe I should go back outside for a while. Okay, can't do anything for you. Maybe you should go back outside. So you're the one who's doing the meeting. Okay, Muse. You're thankfully not sniffing my sheets. Not that I thought you would. I actually think even though you come on very strong, you're very calculated in what you do and not an actual creep. The strategy of getting in with Mum to become, hey, mother-in-law.
Okay.
That's a low blow. That's very cunning and very like you. I'm so sorry. It isn't right of me to ask our guest to help me clean up. Please, it's only right that I pitch in to help my future mother-in-law. Yes. And you know what they say, idle hands are the 77 devil's tools. Yes, I suppose you're right. There's no shame in wanting to help each other. Good. By the way, Mother, do you have any fun stories about the instructor when he was younger? I thought they may come in handy for reference. Oh, when Rean was a child. Now that I think about it, I'm sure his childhood photos around here somewhere. Would you like to take a look later? I'd love to. I'm too late. She's already got a mum. There's no stopping this girl, is there? I'll never forget when Rean was little and still getting used to life here in the manor. He was so earnest but stern. It only made him all the more sweet. Oh, that's so cute. Please tell me more. Mum, I'm dying to learn about our beloved instructor in his younger years. I think that's my cue to bow out before I hear anything more. Now, drag her out. Oh, instructor, don't be a stranger. Come and join in our little chat. That's okay. I think I'll pass. I know the circumstances surrounding Prince Oliver and Scheherazade are concerning. You can't let it consume you.
She's way too good. Mum, I don't actually know the Erebonian laws, but this is the one that will get me in jail. Do not encourage her behavior. Not even though I'm not willing. Someone will misconstrue something and I'll end up in jail. So you've already checked the Isengard range. My pupils and I split up to search, but we didn't come across anything that seemed like a potential clue. As said, we were only keeping our eyes peeled for signs of an airship. Anything more would have required more manpower. Fair enough, we can take it from here. The locals know this area well, so if there are any clues out there, we'll find them. Feel free to head to your next destination, Vander. Right, much appreciated. We need to commence the search as soon as possible tomorrow. The only question is how far afield we should go. There's been no unusual activity around the hunting grounds I've visited lately, so we could probably exclude them at least. We don't even know the age for drinking alcohol in this world. I'd like to see Ymirian rulebook. The question is whether to expand the search area westward or turn our attention more towards the east. I also need to figure out what's going on over on Muller's end. That's the weird thing. Like, that would weirdly be the kind of thing I might be ever so slightly enticed to actually purchase outside of a game. Because I'm curious, do you know what I mean? It's rare that I probably would, but... It's world building in and of itself a set of laws, which is why it's interesting. This view's just as beautiful in the evening as it is in the day. Yeah, on a clear night you can see a whole sea of stars up there. Thank you for supporting me today, Instructor. I feel much more confident in my own abilities after the battle earlier. Glad to hear it. But you still look like something's bothering you. I know Prince Oliver's disappearance is weighing on you, sure, but I feel like there's something else on your mind. You really can see right through me, can't you? After training under you for so long, I was finally able to show my father how much I've improved. Between that and the fact we Vanders are once more able to serve as guardians to the Imperial family, I should be happy. But the man I swore to protect is no longer within my reach. So that's what's bothering you. The rumors of him becoming an Ouroboros enforcer are certainly concerning. Without a doubt. And if they are indeed true, I cannot say I don't understand what drove him to it. All his life he's been denied the freedom to choose his own destiny. He was treated as an object, sheltered as a youth, then used and tormented as he grew into a man, all because of his royal blood. So when he was given the chance to live a life of his own choosing for the first time, he took it. I can empathize. It does make a certain kind of sense, empathize. Of course, that empathy does not mean that I've given up on bringing him back. I think I made that perfectly clear to him when last we spoke. I told him that we need to start seeing each other as we are.
I don't know when I'll have the chance, but one day I will go and find him. I don't know where we'll take it once I do, but if nothing else, I want him to know how I feel.
Did I say something strange? Not at all. I thought I was going to need to give you some encouragement, but you picked yourself right back up. Sounded a bit confession-y, though. Just like you did when you were knocked off that cliff earlier. I still haven't quite wrapped my brain around that one. I was just acting out of desperation, that's all. Your father really does think too highly of me. You and the others would have grown up just fine, even without me. I'm inclined to disagree, Instructor. Wait, did you have a chance to talk to him? A little. We ran into one another in the springs and he gave me some excellent advice. He may be a man of few words, but he possessed a tremendous kindness. I was honestly kind of intimidated by him at first, but now I can see the caring heart under that scary exterior. I should have known it wouldn't take you long to see him for who he really is. Outside of combat or training, he's a gentle, kindly man. He doesn't smile much and has never been one to speak his feelings, so he's very easily misunderstood. He once learned that the local children were scared of him and spent the entire day upset that he could have caused them any distress. As absurd as that sounds, it also makes perfect sense. You really do respect him though, huh? Of course. It's the pride of my whole family, myself included. I'm glad to hear it. Well, I'm gonna head off. There's still a while until the meeting, but try not to stay out in the cold too long, alright? I'll be sure to stay warm. See you later. Spring hasn't quite taken hold at these altitudes just yet. May as well still be winter when the sun goes down. That's true. I won't stay outside for very long. I won't. I'll head inside before it gets too cold. But I'd like to enjoy the air for a little while longer. That's probably all your dialogue. No, my goal in life is to follow my father's footsteps as a swordsman. It's a path that demands ever greater dedication from me. There's always a little tidbit to find if you just ask again, right? Now we got new dialogue after the thing by the look of it. Right then, I say if anything, wrong button, that we probably head out now, alright? Well, out. Well, it looks of it to me is out of this act. Sounds like she's deep in conversation about something work-related. Should I wait here until everyone's ready to meet?
Everyone, if I could have your attention. I'm afraid I have terrible news. Crossbell's signing ceremony today was disrupted by a surprise attack. Crossbell has been reoccupied.
Huh? By who? What happened?
I can't believe it.
Yuna, if you need to go lie down, we quite understand. Oh, don't worry about me. This is just all so sudden that it took me a minute to process it. But there's no way in hell I'm going to sit around sulking when there's work to be done. Well, if you're really sure. I'm sorry. I should have broken the news to you more gently. That was careless of me. Don't sweat it. I imagine you must have been pretty stunned when you found it out too. Right now, I just want to know the details of what happened. For one thing, who would do this? Good question. Can you fill us all in? Of course. I apprised Lord Matthias of the details earlier, but you all deserve to know. As I mentioned, the signing ceremony for Crossbell's independence at 2 p.m. today came under attack. The assault was the work of a military force led by Rufus Alberea. Rufus Alberea? But he was arrested, right? He was, yes. But last night, the former Governor General and his subordinates escaped from Auroch's fort where they were being held. Though their breakout certainly put us on high alert, we had hoped to keep this information from going public and causing confusion during the ceremony. Unfortunately, it seems people had to find out in the worst possible way. So you're saying that they escaped one night and they were able to take over Crossbell the very next afternoon? There's gotta be more to this. Agreed, we're clearly dealing with something that had been carefully planned. What about Lloyd and the rest of the SSS? Come to think of it, they were supposed to be helping with ceremony security. I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about the SSS so far. I'm sure they did their best to hold off the assailants, but... No. I suppose all we can do is pray that they're alright. You're kidding me? No way any real harm could have come to him with Randolph there. I have to agree there. I'm sure the members of the SSS are all just fine. What happened after the initial attack? Rufus's military force spread out, defeating the CGF and taking control of the entire region, after which Rufus dubbed himself the Supreme Leader and proclaimed the establishment of the United Nation of Crossbell. That sounds ominous. Took the words right out of my mouth. His new title and proclaimed rule make clear that he wants to rule the entirety of Crossbell once more. Well, too bad, because we're not going to let him. That's right. If it wasn't obvious, Rufus Alberea is acting alone without the government or imperial family support. Why do this now, of all times? Do you have any idea of what his goal could be, Major? I'm afraid not.
I will be the one to bear the responsibility for His Excellency's actions. It is the best way we can go about quelling the unrest in Erebonia and solving the issue of Crossbell all at once. I can think of no better way for us Ironbloods to honor him.
I don't want to think he was lying when he said all of that. Putting him aside for the moment, what's the current situation in Crossbell? I'm concerned about how the surrounding nations must be reacting too. Currently, Rufus's black-clad soldiers are blockading all routes in and out of the region. Both Erebonia and Calvert seem content just watching how everything plays out, for the present. It makes sense for the Empire to be reluctant to interfere in Crossbell's affairs after the war, but the Republic's silence is a little more unexpected. Both countries suffered major losses from the Ions and the Septarian of Zero when they attacked Crossbell 3 years ago. I'm guessing they aren't going to forget that in a hurry. Those losses ended up leading to the civil war here and the economic crisis in Calvert too. So Calvert is likely playing it safe for now until they know what they're dealing with. They're not just going to sit this out forever, are they? I doubt it. It probably won't be long before they start making moves. Which isn't likely to end well, given that they've steadily been increasing their military strength for a while now.
All communication with the region is being blocked, so I'm afraid that is all I know. I'm so sorry I can't tell you how your family is doing, Yuna. I'm sure you must be so worried about them. No, it's alright. Your explanations made me feel a lot more at ease. It doesn't sound like the soldiers occupying Crossbell are going to hurt innocent civilians. I'm more worried about those who would try to resist the occupation. People like Lloyd or the rest of the SSS. I hope they're all okay. There are a lot of other people we know in Crossbell right now too.
Yeah, which is also concerning. Elisa and Sharon are there representing the Reinford Company, to name two. And Toa is there representing Force, and Macias is there on behalf of the Inspectorate. And they were all supposed to attend the signing ceremony.
They're all likely targets in the event of an attack too.
Well, I'd be more surprised if they weren't targeted. Thank you, Ash. That puts all of us at ease.
Like I said, I'm sure everyone's fine.
We've been through more than our fair share of trouble in the past and came out the other end in one piece. That goes for Lloyd and the SSS too. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all working together to get the situation under control.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. All we can do is believe in them.
I assume you have finished discussing the Crossbell situation. If you would, Major, I would like to discuss the other matter at hand. Father, there's something else.
Yes, you see, a video recording was recently delivered to the Intelligence Division. It doesn't directly concern what happened in Crossbell, but I think it is something that all of you should see.
I am C, leader of the Reborn Imperial Liberation Front. With the iron-blooded monster slain, the Empire had claimed its key to enter an era of peace. Alas, it would seem his poisonous beliefs are now being carried on by zealots, espousing nonsense of a united nation. To those who support their losing game, and to the ignorant politicians who allow these dogs to bark, I say this. We shall see you pay for your crimes. Our first target was the foolish prince and his wings, now bound to inaction. Our next target shall be the muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City.
Well, there we go. Somebody's finally taking responsibility for the prince snapping. By the name of C, too.
Why does that ring a bell? C was an alias used by the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, a terrorist group who opposed the late Chancellor Osborne. His true identity was revealed to be a Force student who you all know very well. Crow Armbrust.
Yeah, that checks out.
Still,
I know. None of this makes any sense. Crow has no reason to be using that name again. And even less reason to abduct Prince Oliver and Lady Sherazade.
does that mean someone else has taken his alias for their own?
I think that's a safe assumption.
Unfortunately, I don't have a clue as to Crow's whereabouts. Can you get in contact with him?
I'm trying, but he's not picking up. I know he went home to Jiraiya a few days ago, but beyond that... Nope, I can't get through to him. Just like I can't contact Elisa and the others.
Could something have happened in Jirai? It's been a hotbed of conflict lately due to the independence movement, so that is a possibility. But there's always the chance that he is caught up in some entirely unrelated trouble. I have faith in Crow. Even if he did get caught up in something, he'll get himself out of it. I know it. For sure, the guy's always been a wily one. Either way, that video does tell us a few things. True, we can't be certain this new C's identity, but I think it's safe to assume they are responsible for the prince's abduction. They also seem to be in conflict with Rufus Alberea and his faction. Though judging by the timing of the prince's abduction, you almost wonder whether they saw Crossbell's occupation coming. And if they did, that only raises more questions. Either way, now that we've got our culprits, we've got to work on going after them. Indeed, and I think our best clue will be the last part of the recording. The muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City. First we learn the prince was abducted, and then we get that mysterious declaration. That was a lot to take in. Either way, I can discuss it all with my classmates tomorrow morning. Then we can decide how best to approach all of this. Huh?
I know it's March, but it's still cold to be out at night, Yuna. Especially in areas that still have snow on the ground.
What are you doing here, instructor?
I could sense you out here from inside my room. Given how late it is and how new you are to Ymir's weather, I couldn't help but worry.
You can't just whip out those super senses for any old thing.
Maybe. But every time they prove useful in a situation like this, I'm glad I spent time honing them.
What are you sitting down for, anyway? Aren't you here to make me go inside?
This isn't the academy dorm. There's no curfew here. If you want to stay up a little late, I'm not going to stop you.
Wow. You sure you should be saying stuff like that to your impressionable students?
I don't think it hurts once in a while.
So, you're not going to ask me anything?
I'm not even sure where to start. I feel like you're the one who has to be willing to open up here.
Open up? You think I'm just trying to act fine when I'm not, don't you?
Not just think it. I know I'm correct.
You are. You are, but how many times has this happened now? Over and over. Crossbell finds itself in danger, and every time, I get all worked up and cause more problems for everyone. I'm just tired of being such a burden. So what choice do I have but to bottle it all up and deal with it on my own?
I get what you're trying to say, but you're missing the fact that everyone wants to help you when things go south. That goes for all your classmates. And me. If it was the other way around and one of your classmates needed help, wouldn't you want to give it to them?
Well, yeah. Of course I would. But I think you're the last person I want to hear that from. I get you're our instructor and all, and students aren't supposed to be the ones teaching the teacher, but...
That's not why I don't turn to you. Thing is, I have the same problem you do. And I need to work on it too. But turning to your friends, or your students, for comfort and advice isn't a sign of weakness. That's what they're there for. And that doesn't change, no matter how many times you have to do it. You help each other, so you can move forward together.
Then, can I
Go on.
turn to you for comfort now?
Of course you can.
We fought so hard. And we thought this was finally it. So, why did they go and take it away from us again? Why can't Crossbell just be free? What did we do to deserve all this? Just leave us alone!
Do you feel a bit better now?
Yeah, but now the embarrassment of all that crying in front of you is really starting to set in. Anyway, don't worry about me. I'm fine now, really. No matter how many times people take our home, we'll just take it right back from them.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, I guess it is getting late. I'm gonna head back to my room. So, thank you for lending me your coat. I'll give it back now. I don't want you being cold either.
Thanks. Good night, Yuna. Well, I'd better get to bed too. It's been a really, really long day.
Beans Route Act 1 is complete. So surely that shuffles on to our other point of view. A lot faster than our last route too, but then we had the whole of Crossbell City to reacquaint with and characters to reacquaint with. It makes sense why it was the bigger section, because Cold Steel was more recent story-wise to in the West to Crossbell. So let's go back to that menu, shall we? That's what I'm assuming is about to happen.